Good morning. It is a very windy, cool spring morning this morning. It is probably only 42 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty cold for most people, but it feels great. The wind is not a cold wind for a change. It's the first warm wind I've felt all spring, and it feels great. My Hyperborean spirit really likes this cool morning and this warm wind. It feels great. So, we are going to talk about two things today. We're going to head over into the wealthy people neighborhood. We're going to take this route today, and I want to talk about two things. One is a quick one. It is about my picnic. My spring picnic is just around the corner, April 13th, a Saturday. It has already been funded. I have all the money I need. I have the big pavilion rented already. There are still several slots available, so if you'd like to come hang out with me and like a dozen other people, there might even be 15 or 16, depending on who claims the last spots. Then that will be Saturday, April 13th. Burgers, pork chops, steak kebabs, baked beans, and other people are bringing grills and food too. So it's just gonna be a whole bunch of food, more than we can eat. So if you wanna come hang out with a bunch of based, pro-white America patriot people, then come hang out with me at my picnic. And get a hold of me. It doesn't cost you anything other than you getting yourself here. It's just off the interstate in East Tennessee. And that's as precise as I'm gonna be on public channel here. So with that being said, let's talk about what I really wanna talk about today, which is positivity leading to change and policing your community. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. I mentioned it yesterday on Jason's Go Free stream on Sunday, that recently I was able to get a local Food City grocery store to change a vaccine reminder poster. Not a big deal, not a big deal. I didn't stick it to the COVID pandemic or nothing like that. No big truther victory or nothing. But it's the way I went about it and the way that I got change to happen that matters. I approached the front of house manager lady. She was old and not very sharp, so I immediately talked to the store manager who worked up at the front, and since I was there really early after the gym, they were both there with not much going on. And there was this vaccine, get your annual vaccine reminder poster, and the picture of the person on it was this disgusting mixed race mongrel spiteful mutant. Shaved sides of the head, brightly colored hair, I think it was teal and pink, mixed race, physiognomy all over the place. Bags under the eyes, tattoo on the neck, big gauged earrings, just a disgusting, degenerate looking mess, right? And here where I live, it's like 99% white Christian here. We have very little diversity, even though it's encroaching and pushing in. And so, how did I talk about that to these two ladies? Well, first, the lady where I was doing self-checkout, I noticed the sign, and I just turned to her, the front of house manager lady, and was like, doesn't that seem anti-white to you? Doesn't that feel like somebody's trying to come in here and make us different? And she just sort of looked at me, blank expression, didn't really know how to respond to such a bold statement that shattered her little boomer truth mind. And so she said, I don't see a problem with it. Can you explain it to me? And I said, well, maybe I better explain it to your manager. Is the manager working here? And she said, yeah. So I talked to another lady, this one not quite as old, maybe 50s. And I spoke to her and I said, hey, this area is like 99% homogenous white Christian. This is a pretty traditional area. Why did you choose to put up this poster? And she's like, well, I mean, I don't make these choices. It comes from corporate. I'm like, so you have no other choice than this poster? And I said, this is contributing to the mind cancer, the biological white erasure of the people here. If you show young people this and say, hey, look, this is a poster presumably promoting health, right? Because it's vaccines, and you have one of the most unhealthy people imaginable pictured on it. I said, look at this mongrel. Look at this person. They look like a heroin addict that you dug up out of a dumpster in New York City. And she goes, oh, okay, well, yeah, I kind of see that. And I was like, second of all, I don't want this kind of anti-white propaganda being part of your store because I like your store. And me and my mom have shopped here for years. And she goes, oh, okay. And then she immediately said, well, there's another vaccine poster, a vaccine reminder poster I could put up instead. And she showed it to me, and it was just a normal, like boomer-looking white lady with silver hair. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And so a couple days later, when I went back after the gym again, it was changed. So again, I was a little forceful, But I also came at it from a place of care, and I wanted to, sort of like how boomers and old women will like concern troll, I figured that would work well with them, and it did. So the reason why I want to bring all this up is you can make change around you. Getting involved with your local stores, your schools, churches. All it takes is you being vocal and confident and speaking the truth with the correct language and the correct approach to get what you want done, which is less anti-whiteism, less anti-white propaganda for children, less of the transgender feminism stuff, all this anti-us garbage, right? The goal is to minimize that and get it out of where you live and where you care about. And so you do that by being vocal and concerned. And you need to be also righteously indignant in the face of it. You need to act like anyone around you who disagrees with you is contributing to something truly evil. That is the tone, the demeanor that you should take on. Now I know it's bright, but I gotta take my blast shield up. I want you to see my eyes. You need to take on the role of the righteous paladin, the indignant priest that is spitting in the face of Satan when you talk about this stuff to others. I'm not saying you have to go all fire and brimstone and shake your fist, but in your mind, let the fire in your eyes and the passion in your words be that of that righteous indignation in the face of true evil, because it is. And speak that way. Speak with that resonance when you say, look at this. This is clearly disgusting. This is anti-white. This is biological white erasure. It's saying that, hey, for your health, get vaccinated so you can look like this degenerate heroin addict that doesn't even know what race he is, that we scooped up out of an alley in New York City or fucking San Juan or some shit. So it's like, you have to speak with that kind of passion, but you have to be careful about your words. I didn't use racial slurs about the person in the picture. I just spoke the truth about the obvious. I said, this is a mixed race, non-white person. I can't even tell what ethnicity or nationality they're even supposed to be. Can you? And the lady just shook her head and didn't answer. So when you go on the offensive to get change done, it needs to be evident it's coming from a place of righteous indignation against a wrongdoing. Because if you seem like the wrongdoer, or you seem like the hater to the people around you, they're going to reject you. They're going to not accept you. And this is one of the main reasons why I don't use, let's say, poisoned languages, phrases, and identities of fascism and Nazism and things like that. Despite most of the things that I say and want to happen would be agreeable to most people that want a more strongman order of things and a more righteous order of things that a lot of fasci and natsock people would agree with. I don't take on that mantle because not only does it make the people that I need to change reject me, but it also leads to problems, legal problems. It gets me on government watch lists faster than if you don't do that stuff, that kind of thing. So specifically, don't be a villain. Speak from a place of conviction and passion and righteousness, but do so intelligently without directly accosting the person that you're trying to make enact change. Unless they are worthy of accosting, but usually that's not the case. Usually it's, you're talking to a manager of a store, you're talking to people at a PTA, you're talking to a principal of a school, or elders of a church, that kind of thing. And you need to be forceful with righteous conviction without making them recoil and see you as a villain. And you do that by standing up for what's right, standing up for white children, standing up for the downtrodden white men in this country, or wherever you live in your country, that have just been kicked and kicked and kicked and told they should be guilty and told that they are shit. Like, it's disgusting what's been done to our men. Oh, the wind. It's disgusting what's been done to our men, especially. So, use that fire and conviction and get involved locally. Now I know it's enticing to get involved in big movements, like whether it's MAGA or even something more based in nationalistic. Like, I know it's appealing to get involved with these big tent movements, but I don't think that is something that will benefit most people. I think most of you listening to this right now will have more fulfilled lives and actually enact better change if you do what I suggest and eschew all this national big tent stuff and focus on your family, your church, your kids, your school, your community, and get active and involved and fiery indignant against the cancer that is trying to be pushed into our local rural areas. Because if we can keep it out long enough, we just might can win. And oh my God, the wind. Woo! This is some of the strongest wind I've encountered in the morning doing the morning walks. Wow. I'm thankful it's not a cold wind, or my ears would be broken off by now. Wow. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, this is a real pretty vista. We're gonna stop here. All right, let me turn around. There we go. Yeah, look how pretty all this is. We've even got a nice big American flag over there. Cursed as that is now, I still like seeing it. Anyway, so here we go. That's pretty, we'll stop there. Let me know via PM or email or comment if you want to come to the picnic event. And if I don't already know you, I'll have to vet you via phone call and that sort of thing. So, I hope to see all of you that are interested at my April 13th picnic event. And of course, we will have more Empire of Lies this Thursday night with Chris Newsfist. So have a great week, everybody. God bless.